Good morning everybody and welcome to Judge Rinder. In my court today I have Michelle, who looks after everybody and helps, and I have got Julie and Carl, who is a wedding photographer. So Julie, would you like to tell us what's been going on? Yes, Judge. I was getting married on June the 21st and I asked my friends if they knew a good wedding photographer, and one of my friends said, oh yeah, I had Carl and he was okay. So I got in touch with him and I asked him how much it would cost for wedding photos and an album, and he said £300, and I thought that was a very good deal. So I got back in touch and I said to him, that's great, the wedding is June the 21st. Okay, so Carl, is all that true? Yes, Judge. And I sent a message back to say, that's fine, and I will be in touch 4 weeks before the wedding. Right, understood. Right, Julie, so what happened then? Well, Judge, it got to 4 weeks before, so I sent another message. It's 4 weeks to the wedding. Will you ring me? Okay. And what were you thinking at this time, Julie? I was getting a little bit worried, Judge, because I was thinking, oh, if he doesn't turn up for the wedding, I won't have any pictures. And it's a bit late now to try and find another photographer. Yes, I quite understand that. It would be hard. So, what happened next? It's only 2 weeks now, and I still haven't heard anything. You must have been quite worried. Yes, I was, Judge. Right, Carl. How come you didn't keep in touch with this person? This is your business. Well, like I said on the thing, Judge, I sent her a message and said, I have been really busy. I understand that, but it's not very good business practice to not keep in touch with your clients. How long do you think it would take just to send a text message? A minute? 2 minutes? Well, yes, Judge. So, why didn't you do that? I don't know, Judge. No, exactly. You don't know. I don't know how you think you can keep running a business like this if you don't keep in touch with people and explain what's happening. A wedding day is a very important day, and Julie would already be getting a bit stressed without the added worry of you not keeping in touch. Yes, I know that, Judge, but I was getting stressed as well. Okay, so Julie, did Carl come and take the wedding pictures? Yes, he did, Judge. And were you happy with them? Yes, Judge, they were very nice. Right, so why are you here today then? Because, Judge, 6 months have passed and I still haven't got my album. Well, what do you have to say to that, Carl? I had a problem, Judge, with my suppliers. So I tried to get one from somewhere else and I still haven't been able to get any albums. This is not a very good way to run a business, is it, Carl? No, Judge. Did you know, Carl, there are certain businesses where if you just send the photos to them, they will make the album up ready for you. No, Judge, I didn't know that. But, Judge, can I just say something? Yes, of course you can, Carl. This lady has been putting things on Facebook, telling everybody not to use me as a photographer. And although I offered to pay her £50 compensation for the album, she wouldn't take it. Right, Julie, why wouldn't you take the £50 for the album? Because, Judge, it would have cost me more than that to get it done.
It's okay. It's okay, £300.
So, why have you been putting things on Facebook, Julie? I just wanted to warn people so that they wouldn't use them and get in the same predicament that I'm in now. Yes, but Julie, you can't just be telling nasty lies about people on Facebook. It's not allowed, it's slander. So, Carl could actually sue you for money because you've upset his business. You've cost him money. I didn't think about that, Judge. No, you obviously didn't. But you can't just keep putting things on there. Right, Carl, so where are we with this album? Are we going to get it or not? Yes, Judge. I found a new supplier and he's promised me that he will send the delivery out straight away and I should get it in 2 days' time. He's sending it by Amazon Prime. Oh, very good. So you'll be getting the album. You'll be getting the album and you'll be sorting all the photos out and you'll be putting them in for this lady. Yes, Judge, I will. Well, Julie, it seems like we've solved the problem. I know it's been a long time and you've probably been under a bit of stress with all this, but at least now you will have your photo album and you'll have your memories of it and you'll be able to show it to all your friends. Yes, Judge, that will be good. It's caused me lots of upset, all this. What should have been my happy special day has been a bit spoilt now because I've had to wait all this time for the photographs. Yes, I understand that. So, Carl, you'll need to sort your business side out of it. Your photographs are fine, but you'll need to get a little bit on top of the administration, I think. Yes, Judge, I know. I've set on a part-time secretary so she can do all the bookwork and sort out the bills and make sure everything's running smoothly from now on. Well, that's a good idea, isn't it, Julie? Yes, I wish he'd have done that when he was doing my photographs, then I wouldn't be here now. Right. What did you think about this case, Michelle? I understand why Julie was upset. Your wedding day is very, very special, Judge. Yes, I'm sure it is. But I think we've sorted everything out now, haven't we?
Yeah.
I would just like to say, in my summing up of this case, that people need to be a bit more careful. Julie, you must have thought to yourself, if it was only £300, that was a little bit cheap for wedding photographs. Well, I suppose it was, Judge. But I only did it because my friend said it was okay. Carl, I think you're giving a good service, really, for only £300 for all these photographs. And now you've decided to get someone to help you with the administration. I think maybe you should think about charging a little bit more money for the photographs to help pay for that lady that you've set on. Yes, Judge, you're probably right. Because maybe it is a little bit cheap for a full wedding. Could you explain to me what actually photographs you have to do? Yes, Judge. You go to the house on the day of the wedding and take photographs of the bride getting ready. And then you go to the church and you take photos of the bride arriving and the groom and the best man. And then sometimes in some churches they will let you take photographs while the wedding's going on. And then afterwards you take all the photographs outside. Right, well, like I say, Carl, I think you'll need to be charging a little bit more money for your services. Yes, Judge. So, Julie.
Case dismissed.
Julie's been awarded her money.
You awarded her money.
And Carl's had some very good advice from the judge. Right, Michelle, who's next?
Us two.
Right. Right, sir. So, do I understand your name is Adam? Yes, Judge. And this is Paul? Yes, Judge. Right, Adam. What seems to be the problem? Right, Judge. The problem is Paul is a painter and decorator. And I asked him to come and paint my staircase. Right. So what went wrong? What happened next? Well, Judge, I'd asked him to paint it a nice green colour because green is my favourite colour. Okay. So what happened next?
Michelle! You have got to upset her, Michelle.
Oh dear.
That case is over here.
Yes, it is.
Do you want me to so well?
That's better. Right, so you'd asked him to paint it green, is that correct? Yes, Judge. Okay. So, 3 weeks later, he came to paint my staircase. And we said to him, we're going to take the children out while you do it, because obviously it's going to be a bit messy and we didn't want the children running about and causing any problems. Understood, that was a good idea. So we went out for a few hours to give him a chance to get it all done. Okay. So then, Adam, what happens when you come to paint somewhere like that? Well, we put all these cloths down to cover all the carpets to make sure there's no spillages. And we're very careful not to splash the paint around because we don't want it going where it shouldn't be.
What's that, George? Because it's a chaos. What's he doing? Right, Kigwood. You should be quieter. I see you Kigwood quieter. We got
Order in my court. I need it quiet. Thank you. I forgot what I was up to now. Where was I, Michelle? You were asking the decorator what they do to make sure they don't make a mess. Ah, yes, that's where I was. So, Adam, you put all these things down.
Doji!
Who's making that noise?
Kigwood again!
If you don't stop making noise, Piglet, I will remove you from my court.
Because these are audience. Swear up to Michelle.
I'm forgetting myself now, Judge. It's getting a bit complicated. Right, so we were saying that you cover everything up so that you don't make a mess. That's right, Judge. That's what we do. Right.
Kigwood!
Michelle, get the security man. We need to move him out. Where's the security?
The security kid is here.
Thank you, Pete. Let's move him. Thanks, Pete. Right. Oh,
Carry on.
goodness me. Can we carry on now, please? Yes, Judge. Right. So, when you came back, Paul...
Mickey Mox.
This is getting ridiculous.
This is a cherry cake.
You need to keep quiet.
Continue, Josh.
So when you got back home, how was the decorating going? Order in my court. I can't be doing with all these distractions. What's happening?
I was you to do try. It's gonna tempt me. I have to say.
It says if you all carry on, I'll empty it and send the audience out, and then we won't have all these distractions. Goodness me.
What is this case, dude?
Right. So, when you got home,
What?
now we've got a dog. What's the dog doing in my court? Go away, dog.
What does Michelle say? Sorry, because
She says,
keep happening.
things keep happening. It's not very good. Right. Can I ask again? What happened when you got home?
What is it?
A dog. What's the dog doing again?
You're never finish this case.
We won't finish this case.
Why?
It's just going on and I can't get any further. Get rid of the dog.
These dogs.
Go out of my court.
I see he's pointing to get rid of the dog.
Because he doesn't want to touch it. He doesn't want to touch the dog.
Did he say
Can we continue now?
Oh,
Are we
these
sure?
boxes.
Are we sure?
There's no more distractions.
No more distractions. So, Judge, when I got home, this case is just going on and on and
So
on.
when I got home, what happened to you? Oh my gosh, because my horse's case. What keeps happening?
Well, Judge, what's happening now?
A dog's about to over. Oh no. Go, go. You need to finish this case.
It's not happening, is it?
You need to try to finish it for more distractions.
Yeah. No more distractions.
The case has to be finished now. The case is getting this case is being 10 minutes.
That's it.
I think it's been 10 minutes now.
Right.
So when you got home,
As I was saying, Judge, when I got home, there's a dog in my court. Can somebody remove the dog? I don't have dogs in my court.
you need to finish this case. So
Yes.
when you got home, what happened?
Well, I'm trying to tell you, Judge, but every time I try to tell you, something happens. I think, says the judge, I think this decorator might be causing all these distractions. Have you paid somebody to keep distracting my court so
Yes.
that I don't have to finish the case?
Yes. I
Yes.
think Uncle Richard says what until you finish the case.
Yeah.
You need to finish this case. I think it's time for the next case soon.
It will be.
But you have to finish this one.
Right.
Let's get this missed out of the court. He's out of the court. No more distractions. So as you got home, what happened?
Well, Judge, I asked them to paint it green. And when I got home, they painted it yellow. And not only that, there was all this paint on the carpet. So I couldn't get the paint off the carpet. So I'm suing him because I had to buy a new one. Okay, says Judge Rinder. And how much did the new carpet cost you?
£300.
Right. But then,
It's not the
Judge,
one you gave to you.
and then I had to get another painter in to paint it green, which was the colour I wanted. Right, and how much did that cost you?
A mug of £1,000.
Oh, so what you want now then is £1,300. Yes, Judge, because that's what it's ended up costing me.
I have £1,000 for a cater to cook and £300 for a meal carpet.
Yeah,
That makes £1,300 altogether.
it does.
What did you have to pay that much?
So, I'm going to make my decision in this case.
But it has to get dismissed.
So, I'm going to tell you that we're going to pay you all that money. I am agreeing that you need £1,300
Yes, case dismissed.
and case dismissed. Thank you very much, Judge Rinder.
And now it's time for the next case.
And who have we got here? Right. Who have we got here, Michelle? We have got Bob, who wants to sue Ted because he didn't do the work properly that he'd asked him to do. Right. Now then, Bob, what seems to be the problem?
I got your coat. I got my coat here.
Yes. The problem is, for one thing, I can't see over the top of this thing. Let's get you a little stool. Come on, Michelle, get him a little stool.
Why do we have to get you a little?
Because he can't see. He can't see. Right.
Dude, you can't see. Right.
Try that.
Right.
That's
Woody.
better.
What are you doing back there, Woody?
Mm.
Are you drowsing? What does Woody say?
I'm just watching the show, Judge.
What does Woody say? You can't.
Why not?
Because be quiet.
Okay.
Shush. I just really have
Right.
to be quiet.
So, what was the job that Ted was doing for you? Right, Judge. I employed him to sort my garden out. I wanted him to dig up all the grass, get rid of it, and put some artificial grass down.
Right. Why? You're Martin. You can't see back here, mister. You need something to climb or something. Or get a stick.
Yeah, Michelle will fetch you a step.
Remember, somebody took it.
Oh dear. Come back.
There's no more sticks left now.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
How do some do?
Well, maybe, says the judge, maybe you could sit up on the top and then at least we can see you.
Well, that's why you have to sit on it.
Because the judge couldn't see his face.
I do want to sit on this table. It's hurting my gum.
Oh.
I'm just sitting. You can't see him
Well, I
anymore.
don't know then. What can we do?
What should we do, says the judge?
We need another step.
I can't find one, said Michelle.
Oh dear.
Michelle can't find one. Just the same. Martin Goon took it. Everyone step. Martin Goon took it, Judge. They can't get it up her. Due to when we had it back.
Well, in that case, we need to call
A police.
security man.
Come on, security.
Right.
It's the security I'm saying to go.
Excuse me, that
That's my
step,
stick.
it does not belong to you.
What does it belong to?
It belongs to Judge Rinder's court. And if you don't give him it back, he'll get very angry and he might have you arrested for stealing. And I'm a big security man and I'm going to get it off you.
No security. The security that is hurt. This is my stick. Oh yeah. 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 This is my stick. Stick. Oh yeah. What does the security say now?
It goes back and it tells the judge what's been happening. Judge, that girl is very naughty. If you're trying to do a case
And that guy can't see
and he
him.
can't see a thing,
He can't see a heavy gun.
well, maybe you could step around from the desk a little bit. I don't mind. You don't have to be behind the desk. But Pete's not happy.
Oh, and this is just why cut Ugarong. You say why cut Ugarong. You have to go behind the desk.
Wow.
Stay behind that desk, said Michelle. What did he do? His step is gone.
I don't know.
Somebody took it. Security! Get him out, security! Try again!
Excuse me. We need this step. Thank you. Got it now. Here we go, George. Thank you, Pete. That's better.
Watch out on the dogs!
Oh, I've got dogs again in the court. What's happening with the dogs? Pete, get rid of the dogs.
The dogs have took the stick. One of the dogs has took the stick. What did the guy say?
The judge says if this carries on, we'll never get to the end of this blooming case. We'll be here all day.
It's good you have got to stay. Don't tell him it when your eyes are not looking at me. Can you get to his case? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter you can't see. As you see,
Right, so
I can't see you,
let's
George.
start again. You employed this man to dig up your grass, sort all the garden out and put some astroturf type grass down. Yes, Judge, because when you've got that sort of grass, you don't have to cut it. It doesn't grow. It's just pretend grass. Oh, understood. That's a good idea. I might do that in my garden. So what went wrong? Well, Judge, he dug all the garden up. Who's this? Who's this coming across my court? Is it Father Christmas? What's he doing here?
I got yourself in.
Oh. Pete can't believe it.
I can't keep going it.
Oh, of course, why is Father Christmas here?
I love Christmas here.
Right, so he's dug the garden up. Yes, Judge. And then
Father Christmas got to a stick.
and then he turned all the soil over, which is what they're meant to do, which was good. Okay, I understand all this so far, but then what happened? Well, he told me he had to wait a few days for the grass to be delivered. Right, so is this a correct assumption so far of what was happening? Yes, Judge. I did all that hard work and then I was just waiting for the grass to be delivered. Okay, understood. So what went wrong? Nothing, Judge. The grass came and I laid it down. Right, so what is the problem then? Well, Judge, he didn't make the garden flat before he put the grass down. So now I've got a sloping garden. And I didn't have one before, and I don't want one now. Oh, understood. And have you brought some photographs for me to look at? Yes, I have. Here they are, says Michelle.
I will get here, says
There's the photos. Oh, I can see what you mean. You've got a very big hill now in your garden.
God, you say garden.
Garden.
You say garden too good. Go your garden, I say garden.
Okay.
Who says garden?
So So how much did all this work cost?
20,000 cows.
Well, I can't award you £20,000. The limit on this show is 5,000.
I want 20,000.
Well, you're not going to get 20,000
I can't get that many.
because the limit's 5,000. It tells you that at the beginning of the show. You knew that when you came on.
And how much money can you do?
Only 5,000. That's the limit.
I just could I want to new gaggle. I want to take yours. I just read to save.
I don't think you will. I think you'll have to take that up with the gardener.
I said, how's the limit in your cartridge?
It just is. It tells you at the beginning of the show.
A limit to my coffee's 5,000 cows. It's you should claim 5,000 cows.
Yeah. That's all we can give you. I'm afraid. And you might have to go through the proper court. You can go and get a notice from the proper court and they'll send the bailiffs out.
This is a proper court.
Yeah, well, this is a television court and we only pay 5,000 and that's the end of that. We're not sitting here arguing all day. You'll just have to take the 5,000 because that is my final decision. Case
Desist. Why did you say this? You mean this. This. Case dismissed. Case dismissed. Case dismissed.
Well, Michelle,
Case
I do hope the next case isn't as bad as that. I don't want all this going on.
Father Christmas is here.
Oh,
Well, I hope you had your mom a nice Father Christmas. What's happened to you? You turned bad.
it's not bad, is it? Good place.
Well, that's a bad case. That's a good case. Father Christmas has stolen my burgers. He was very hungry. How did you steal your burgers, Hall? How did you steal your burgers? Because he did. He stole burgers. Michelle, this is a suit. It's a suit. Let's see who it really is.
Oh,
Oh, no. That's who it is.
it's not that burglar Bill again, is it?
Yes. He was pretending to be Father Christmas.
Goodness me.
I just didn't to say.
Judge Rinder says,
Again.
Michelle, I am fed up of this burglar Bill keep coming in here with suits on pretending to be somebody else. What's he done now?
He's pretending to be Father Christmas.
Oh.
He wanted us to regulate his burgers. I should have known us burger.
Yeah.
I just Michelle say.
Michelle says, I think he's been dressing up as Father Christmas so he can go into people's houses and take all the presents from under the tree, and he's not happy with just carrots for the reindeers and a mince pie. He's eating all their food as well.
I just dress him up as Father Christmas.
Yes, that's not a very nice thing to do.
What does the winter say?
He's asking this one. So what happened?
And he go do.
Because
He
he
just
took
do his whole
all the
Christmas.
presents from under the tree. So I didn't
Let's
get
get
any
a
presents.
security guard in.
Yes,
What does the
let's.
security say?
He says, I'm going to stand here and watch you because you're very naughty. We've had you before in this court.
Yes.
You're nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble.
Why you got trouble with a court?
And you keep being naughty all the time.
Time. Naughty all the time. I go here. He's getting arrested.
Luckily, we've got a policeman in the courtroom.
Why do we always have a policeman in a courtroom?
Because sometimes we need him.
Right, you got the policeman security.
Right. Burglar Bill, you've been at it again.
What is good?
How can you take presents away from children? That's not very nice at all.
I have to go to see. I think it is nice.
I don't care. I like presents. Yes, but when Father Christmas brings them, he doesn't bring them for you to pinch. Right, says the judge.
Oh, it's a real Father Christmas. I guess Father Christmas said he came.
I cannot believe.
You just do this me again. But he pretended to be Father Christmas.
That's not very nice.
Why?
Because all the children love Father Christmas.
And go pretended to be Father Christmas.
And then he stole the presents. So, how much money's worth did he take from under your tree?
All of my presents, he took everybody's.
Everybody's presents went, Judge. And my mummy said there was about £1,000 worth. Ooh, that's a lot of money, isn't it? Yes. But there was mummy's presents, daddy's presents, my presents, and my brother's presents. Understood. I can see how that would soon make up to £1,000. Burglar Bill. I'm fed up of seeing you.
Just dressing you up as somebody else.
You're always dressing up. You're always being naughty. I keep getting the police to take you, and then you escape all the time.
Yes.
I think the police need to get you into a proper place where you can't get out. Yes, Judge, said the policeman. Well, Michelle, we've had another. Where's Michelle gone?
I don't know.
Michelle, we've had another really busy day today. We've had all sorts of things going on. We've had dogs, Burglar Bill, Father Christmas. We've had all sorts of things. What a busy day. I think they ought to get me a glass of water. I feel a bit... Ooh.
First, says a lady. Here you go, lady. Here's my glass of water, lady.
Ooh.
What's happening now?
The judge is very tired now.
Why?
Because he's had a busy morning.
What happened?
What happened? We've had dogs, we've had Father Christmas. What else have we had? Fights.
Just really go.
Yeah,
Go pretending to be Father Christmas.
they did. Right, well, I think that's the end of that case, so you can go now. Thank you.
Anyway, here we end. Just you are talking to the securities here. How are you doing, security?
Well, I just came to make sure that you was okay.
And Burglar Bill was here.
Because Burglar Bill was here and we had all the problems with the dogs and people have been fighting. So I just thought I'd come and see if you're okay. Are you okay, Judge? Yes, thank you, Pete. I'm just really tired. It's been a very, very busy morning. We've had all sorts of things going off. I'll be glad to get home and go to bed. I might have a nice cup of tea. Something nice to eat. What do you think we should have for us lunch, Michelle? What does Michelle think?
It's still Tigger. That's right. Case dismissed. Oh, da da da. Let's see how you held after the case. How did you feel after the case? So, how did you feel?
I feel very happy because the judge has given us £1,000.
So what about Goo? What's happened to him?
Well, I hope he's gone to prison. But at least now, with this money, we can buy back our presents. We can go shopping again and get all the things we should have had.
No,
And
I got him back.
And I cannot...
I got the Christmas back now.
Oh. And I can't believe that Burglar Bill is that nasty that he would pretend to be Father Christmas. That's not nice at all.
Yes.